Good morning. Now for your daily horoscope for Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Aries. Flexibility is an important part of today, Aries. Take a relaxed, laid-back approach. Trying to ram your ideas through isn't the best tactic. Having tunnel vision will restrict you in many ways. Keep an open mind and be receptive to others' ideas and opinions. You have a lot of power readily available. It would be a shame to waste it by lacking the breadth of vision to see all your options. Taurus. Things coming at you from all sides are forcing you to make a move, Taurus. Don't be pressured into something you don't want to do. A nervous restlessness may urge you to act. Don't let other people boss you around. Secure your position and be strong. Try not to be tempted into situations that you are going to be bad for you. Gemini. Lock into the practical, grounding force of the day that is not only realistic but also flexible. Attend to details and organize yourself, Gemini. Be aware that you may need to alter your course a bit in order to fit the group dynamic. Try to work with those around you to achieve a common goal. Initiating the help of others is easier than you think as long as you stay focused and motivated. Cancer. Today is one of those days in which prosperity is much closer than you think, Cancer. You may know what you seek, but it's up to you to take the first step toward going after it. You're probably looking for solid answers to your deep, probing questions. Don't let your inquisitive mind rest until you find answers that ring true for you. Leo. Indecision may leave you helpless at a crossroads today, Leo. Others may just be as undecided regarding which way to go. At the same time, you may feel pressured to take immediate action and you're tired of waiting for others to make the first move. Find the answers in simple solutions. There's more than one correct way. Your choice is always the right one if you believe it to be so. Virgo. Latch on to the expansiveness that comes when you connect with others in a social arena, Virgo. Communication is a key aspect of the day. If you go with the flow, you will land exactly where you need to be. Take the adventurous route and skip around from one thing to another. There's no need to pin yourself down to one route or way of doing things. Libra. Connect with the stable, grounding energy of the day, Libra. But beware that tension may come in the form of fast talk and misinformation. People could be fickle and frantic. Wait for the dust to settle before you pick a road to travel. Impulsive decisions may lead you down paths that aren't the best choice for you now. Relax and try not to think about it too much. Scorpio. Any expansive feeling you experience may be rained on today. You could get the feeling that you've lost touch with reality. Make sure you connect with real life, Scorpio, and do a bit of planning to balance your whimsical side. Things that you haven't accounted for might crop up to serve as a reminder that you need to deal with real life. Sagittarius. Walk to the beat of your own drum, Sagittarius. If you try to latch on to the smooth-talking, fast-paced information of the day, your voice could get lost in the crowd. But if you plant your feet firmly and try to plan, you might deprive yourself of spontaneous events that prove the most fulfilling. Chart your own course and don't be afraid if no one else follows along. Capricorn. Connect with the fellow sitting next to you or perhaps the woman behind you in the line at the store. He or she could share a piece of wisdom that changes your life forever. Be aware that you can also be that person who changes someone else's life with a single thought or slice of wisdom that you've picked up in your travels. Communication is the key to expanding your world in many ways. Aquarius. Your self-esteem may be challenged today by a fast talker or unpleasant situation, Aquarius. Don't accept things at first glance. There's a much deeper meaning brewing below the surface, and you'd be foolish not to recognize that. Stick to your guns and stay grounded. Newfangled devices and big promises may not be all they're advertised to be. Pisces. Jump on board the fast train and see how far it takes you, Pisces. You'll be surprised at how far you can go with minimal effort. Your grace and polite social mannerisms will help you navigate quickly to where you need to be. You have the wind at your back today. Make the most of this energy by aiming for the top and not resting until you get there. This has been your daily horoscope for Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Good morning.
Beautiful good morning to you, DBS family. Of course, it is Thursday. We're almost at the end. Actually, we're kind of at the end because tomorrow is a holiday. Oh my God. Anyways, guys, you know the drill. We got to check in with the news desk. Let's see what they have to say. We'll be right back. This is DBS This Morning.
Good morning. Time now for the news with me, Timothy Polio. In a historic victory for LGBTQ plus rights, the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court has struck down St. Lucia's colonial-era laws criminalizing consensual same-sex relations, ruling that sections of the nation's criminal code violate constitutional rights to privacy, liberty, and security.
The court declared that Section 132 and 133 of the Criminal Code infringe the claimant's rights and the rights of the LGBT persons to the protection of the law guaranteed by Section 1 of the Constitution.
The state has 42 days to appeal the decision of the court. However, Kensha Placide from United and Strong says that they do not anticipate this happening. The government's ambitious Bannons Bay development project is facing resistance as relocation efforts for residents and fishers spark controversy. Claims of unfair treatment and political interference have surfaced, even as officials insist the project will proceed.
The project will go ahead. We will work with each individual bit by bit, but there's no way we can allow that development, that's unplanned settlement to continue. I mean, you know, some of the people who are telling the residents not to move, they've never been there before. I mean, they've jumped on the political opportunity they think they see. How can you say to almost 80 houses where there's only one person with running water? One. Inside there, one. You have to buy a bucket of water, $2. You know, you tell me they barely have 2 toilets. Think about that. You know, there are only about 4 or 5 people with electricity. So people are taking electricity from each other. I mean, just go in there. Just ask some of the residents, where are your toilets? Where do you use? As a fisherman, where do you get water to clean the fish that you're selling?
Fishers, a key group affected, argue their temporary relocation disrupts livelihoods. The government insists they'll return to upgraded facilities, but tensions persist. Minister Dr. Ernest Tiller, was also the MP for Castries South, warns against misinformation, urging critics to verify claims. In an effort to support holistic development among young entrepreneurs, the Youth Economy Agency hosted a transformative workshop this week focused not just on business skills, but personal image and branding.
It is important because I believe as an entrepreneur or even just as a business, you want your customers or the general public to remember you a certain way. Okay, and usually what you present to them is what they remember. So you want to step out there as your best self.
While the agency is well known for its loans and grants, this initiative reflects a growing emphasis on personal development and branding as critical tools for business success. Gaps in grooming and presentation were identified through client engagement at past events, prompting this new approach. And finally from us this morning, CARICOM is charting a new course for ocean governance. A landmark regional consultation kicked off this week in Guyana, aiming to create a unified policy to manage the Caribbean's vast marine resources, from fisheries to renewable energy.
We have strong sectoral policies. We have a strong sub-regional policy in the UACS. But at the CARICOM level, we identified a policy gap in that regard.
The official explains that this policy will harness blue solutions for food security, climate resilience, and post-COVID-19 pandemic recovery. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Welcome back, DBS family. Now, we're here with none other than Mr. Collin Weekes.
Yeah, thank you for that introduction. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
And we're here to talk about the Caribbean Youth Film Festival back again this year.
Definitely, definitely. It's our 12th year, and we're happy to be back. We're happy to provide that service to young people. So, we're just, as always, excited about the 2-week camp that we provide for them.
So anyone watching who doesn't know usually how it goes, let's just refresh them, yeah?
Right. So it's at our 12th year. So every year what we do is we provide a film festival for young people, and we teach them filmmaking. So young people who are interested in the industry, we give them an opportunity to experience all the basics. And the basics will be directing, cinematography, even marketing and budgeting, so makeup, everything in between, editing, animation. So we give them a full cadre of what's involved with the industry. So when they ready to, or if they are inclined to make that their career, that they would have the opportunity or the on-hands opportunity already to be able to say, okay, I think my strength is in directing, my strength is in acting, my strength is behind the camera. So they will know. So so really and truly, that's what it is. We just give you an early start to this.
Now, you mentioned that this is the 12th year of this initiative activity and so on. Can you speak on, because I'm pretty sure there have been many success stories and how they have developed from maybe even the first year to now 12 years later, or how many years later? Tell us a bit about those success stories.
Yeah, that's important to us, because although we have a lot of success stories, what we do not want to do is branch off from giving the newcomers the opportunity to experience it for the first time. So we don't want to leave those who are now coming behind and only concentrate on those who already have the experience. So it's a balance for us now. And we, as you said, we have a number of independent people who have come on through the industry. We have people like Sten Bryce, we have people like Janali Paul, we have even Ted Sandiford himself in the early days participated in the film festival. And again, we have a number of people who have gone on. Right now, they actually work in the communication departments in the ministries. You have people who are actually teaching theater arts, and so we have given that early start, and I think that's important, because we like to know that well, as a community, I say that we like to know people are on the big stage, but before the big stage, you have to start somewhere. And if you don't start somewhere, how do you get to the big stage? So we like to think that the Caribbean Youth Film Festival is that grassroots incubator program that will give young people the start. Again, a small analogy is like Jillian Alfred. She couldn't reach Olympics without participating in school sports, so that's basically what it is for us. We give you the opportunity to get your foot grounded, understand the industry, and move on from there. This year what we're doing is a film competition, because as you rightfully said, we have a number of success stories, and what we want to do is to encourage our success stories to still be part of the film festival. So we have a small film competition where we're going to have, you provide us with a 10-minute film and win a fabulous prize, cash prize that is. So we're just trying to keep everybody on different levels connected to the film festival.
To young persons who are interested, are there any particular resources they need to come with? Is there any case where a young person may not have adequate resources? Do you guys provide resources for them?
We're going to have everything on hand. And the other thing I should mention is that each discipline or each area is connected to somebody, a professional. So in terms of editing, we have one specific person who's going to teach editing. You have one specific person who's going to teach music. You have one specific person who's going to deal with acting. One specific person. So you have the people like Travis Weeks. We have Carlos Santoma. We have Jade Pierre and Don French. So we have a number of people who come in and give their expertise to the film festival.
In terms of support from Corporate St. Lucia, has that been extensive, or do you wish it would be more?
Well, I can't complain, honestly. We've been very lucky to have Corporate St. Lucia support us throughout the years. More specifically, Lucilec, who has been there for 10 years plus already with us. This year, First National came on board to basically support the cash prizes for the competition. And we have a number of the ministries, creative industries who have always been part of it. And we have a number of people who are giving in kind too. For example, we have Caras Bakery, we have Subway, who are going to be, and Landmark, who is also going to be providing products to the film festival. So yeah, we're happy with Corporate St. Lucia coming on board. Yeah, definitely.
Kudos to them and kudos to you as well on this initiative. Lastly, to any young person out there who does want to enroll in this workshop, how can they do so?
Easy. We have flyers out. You could also contact me 520-4814. Send your name and your age to our email address, which is on the flyer. And let me just add too, again, when just coming back to what the film festival has done. The film festival has produced junior jazz, because the junior jazz came out of the film festival. Because Kim, who worked with us before, we have to say God rest her soul, because she passed away a couple of years ago. But we had the idea, because she was a facilitator there, and we said, but listen, we have so much talent going on there, maybe we should do something music. And, it was groomed from there. Junior jazz was groomed from there. So we spoke to Castries Constituency Council about it, the mayor, and she was happy to springboard this thing. And look, now junior jazz is in its third year. So, we would like to see that again, that the talent is harnessed from the festival and it branches into, conquering the world, really and truly.
The possibilities are indeed
endless.
All right. Well, to any young person out there who is interested, of course, there should be many of you. It's not just limited to film, it's all aspects around that as well. Do not hesitate. You heard the number, the information will be on the screen as well. Contacts, get enrolled, get active into the Caribbean Youth Festival. All right. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me on board.
This is DBS Morning. We'll be right back. Stick with us. Welcome back, DBS family. Good morning to you once again. Now, I'm here with a good buddy of mine. I know him as Wendell. Some of you know him as Joseph. Some of you know him as many other names, GWS and so on. But today he's in the capacity of the boss of UBX Events. How are you doing this morning, my brother?
I'm doing very good, very fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as you can see on the shirt, UBX Events. Tell us about this big, colorful, big new brand that's on the way in St. Lucia.
Well, for starters, one of the things that UBX is all about is creating a new vibes, different type of vibe. When you compare to other events, we're trying to be different when it compares to other beach vibes in the events. So we're hoping to capture every facet of people that want to party and really enjoy themselves. We don't want it to be an event where, it's only for one set of people. We want to encompass the people in their 40s, 50s. You could come there and get that kind of music. We're talking about even people that listen to house music. We're capturing that, the Denry segment, the soca, all different walks of life. And we want to do it in a more positive manner. So when you come there, you really enjoy the vibes.
Now, from what I've understood, based on the marketing that you guys have been doing, you're pushing it more like a rave type event, correct?
Yes, it definitely, we're looking to stick with that kind of theme, create a nice rave event, and we want to do it a yearly event, basically.
All right. Now, rave type events are not as common in St. Lucia. It's more or less like its own particular niche. How do you, this may be a bit of a more deeper question, but how do you now go into pushing that type of event onto your potential patrons, and in terms of the marketing, in terms of the control, the music, etc., how you liaise with your DJs, how do you go about doing all of that?
Well, one of the things we did, we looked for a lot of the seasonal DJs and one of the top DJs basically on the island. A lot of people know, like the Levi Chains, the DJ Shanes. Right, we also have Ronnie on board. We brought an up-and-coming DJ like DJ Woody. We're also looking at DJ Irv. And a lot of people thought Plain HD not on the scene, but however, he's part of the event as well. And we also have a good buddy of mine who happens to be in the entertainment industry that I work with a lot, which is Shams Entertainment. He's in there too. And then we bring in, down from the south, we bring in who we call Mr. Legacy to host everything. And then, of course, we have his little counterpart, MCJR, right? MCJR to the mix. So it creates a good vibes for us, basically.
So now let's paint the ambience of the place. I get to the events, I walk through, I get through the gates. What can I expect?
Well, one of the things we hoping to accomplish is basically when it comes to the food, because we have what we have a French connection part of the event. We're gonna be bringing a lady that have a diploma in when it comes to cocktail mixing, doing smoothies out of Martinique. And since I said Martinique, we also have our special guest DJ out of Martinique. His name is DJ Ace. He was here for Carnival and also creating a little shaking of the place with his style of playing is very good. So we brought him in as well. Well, last year we were trying to get, but we had a few issues with he had some few issues that he could not make it. So we decided, well, definitely this year he will be on board. Right, he has come test the market already. So far, a lot of people like his vibes already. And in terms of the outlook of the event, when you walk in there, we're gonna create a different vibe. We have a special thing that I don't want to let the cat out of the bag now because it's a bit still early for that. But we definitely gonna make the place a wow for our patrons.
Judging based on the way you're talking, it's all inclusive, correct?
No, we have the VIP aspect of it, and we also have the regular aspect of it. Now, a lot of people always try to differentiate the difference between the VIP and the regular, right? But we give in regular their own little vibes too.
I mean, that's why the vibes always is irregular. They say VIP is the two section.
Yeah. So VIP in itself, right? VIP will be what we call a real VIP, right? You'll really get to enjoy the amenities and the service. Like, let's say you're in a hotel, because the team behind doing the service will be properly trained by my team, basically JWS Infinity Events. They're going to be well trained, well attired. So when you walk in there, you feel well you're walking into a hotel lobby. So you'll get that kind of nice host person welcoming you to the event and taking care of you as you're there.
Wendell, of course, final questions. Where, what time, ticket prices, and where can we get them?
Okay. First of all, the event is taking place on the 29th of November. Early bird ticket is ending basically around the 15th of August because one of the things is we want to ensure that everybody get the chance to buy the early bird ticket, but come after the 15th of August, all prices go up. The ticket goes up to $100, and then the VIP basically is $375, right? So we're asking everybody to go get the tickets. We will be announcing all the locations of the tickets by next week, so everybody know where. But right now, the tickets is being sold right now online, which is stluciatickets.com, and also it's on bizouk.com, which is a French site where you would purchase your ticket there.
Right.
And the time, 7 p.m. So don't miss it.
All right. Well, couldn't have said it any better. St. Lucia, UBX Events, new on the scene, but of course a big vibe to look out for. Wendell, thanks so much for being first this morning, DBS this morning. And we look to see you and be there also at UBX, all right?
Definitely.
All right, so give us this DBS this morning. We'll be right back. DBS family, welcome back. Now, this is a very special interview right here. All right, we do all kinds of stories, whether it be on entrepreneurs, whether it be on events and so forth. Right here is one I like to deem a human interest story, a very special story at that. Of course, I'm here with a very good buddy of mine, Sherkym.
What's up, bro?
How you doing this morning, my brother?
I'm hungry, but I'm good.
You're hungry. All right. Now, So, Nusha, I don't know if you know Zara can zoom out a bit. You know, some call me a big guy. But compared to Shakim, I'm not a big guy, all right?
Nah, bro, I small dog. I small.
My brother, of course, you weren't always this jacked.
Uh-huh.
You weren't always this physically disciplined.
Yeah,
Let's like to put it that way.
I was 150, soaking wet, tiny, scrawny. Dark times. Dark times.
Dark times.
Yeah.
What took you out of those dark times and how did you go through that journey, my brother? Let's start there.
Quite literally, it's probably like every other young guy from my age group. Dragon Ball Z is like, yeah, you want to be as big as these guys, so you start training. You don't have the time to go to a gym. You don't have the money to actually pay for membership, so you end up doing calisthenics at home, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, anything to get bigger. And eventually, as you get older, as you actually have money in your hands, you start to go to the gym, you start getting bigger, and then you just get engrossed in it. And then, you get what you get.
What has been, well, from back then, of course, you say like, you do go through it, you grow and so forth. What was your motivating factor back then and what has changed your motivating factor right now?
I think back then my motivating factor was just to be useful physically, to be able to be capable, to be able to do things and not feel like a burden, whether it be moving boxes with my family or whether it be having to help my girlfriend or something. I actually wanted to feel strong in some sense. So I think that was the first factor that pushed me to actually get bigger. And then now I just love the game. So I'm literally doing it for the love of the game. Get bigger, get stronger, look better. It's just fun for me. Also health factors. I mean, more muscle means better health generally. So, yeah.
Over the course of your journey, what has been probably the biggest misconception you've experienced?
Biggest misconception that if you're jacked, you're a mean person. Especially by women, they automatically assume, oh yeah, this guy has a lot of money, equals this guy's probably a mean person. He probably will not talk to us, so let's ignore him. And then they end up speaking to him and they're like, no, actually, you're not that bad. I thought you were a bad person. So you just assume that because I have shoulders. Okay, I understand. Yeah, that's how it goes, really.
What about in terms of because I'm gonna assume, and I'm sure there is, of course, that it's not just about lifting. There's technique, there's a science to this all. How do you go about the learning of all of this?
Oh well, I do it by myself. I began on YouTube just searching how to grow a bigger chest, how to grow a bigger back, and then eventually you go down a rabbit hole. You learn about what myofibrils are. You learn about myops, MPS, terms you probably don't know what they mean, and then you go into length and tension relationships, sarcomeres. Just go deep into biomechanics and anatomy and physiology, and then you put the pieces together and you understand, okay, if I do this, if I do X, I will get Y results, and if I add this into it, then I will multiply or I will divide the result by whatever factor.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so you've landed here. How many years has it been so far?
It's been 8 years.
8 long years, right?
8 tough years.
8 tough years, but well worth it.
Very much worth it. I mean, squatting 500 pounds is fun.
That's wow. Wow. I can't imagine doing that myself. That's insane.
Soon, bro. Soon.
Soon. I gotta start my gym journey soon. But listen, it's all about me. All right, my brother. My question to you now is, and I know you're humble about it, but of course you have been in competition. Tell us about that aspect of you.
Okay, so last year I competed for my first time at the St. Lucia National Bodybuilding Championships, where I took first place as a junior, and I took the overall title to be the St. Lucian Bodybuilding Champion currently. And I went on to represent St. Lucia in Guyana at the Central America and Caribbean Bodybuilding Championships, also called the CAC, where I placed second in classic physique and I placed third in bodybuilding. Yeah. So I got the feedback from peers backstage, from judges, and I just need to do better. So this year I'm going to be competing on the 31st of August at the Culture Center in the St. Lucia National Bodybuilding Championships 2025, and I will also be competing at the Central America and Caribbean Bodybuilding Championships, also held here in St. Lucia at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay on the 26th and 27th of September. where I hope to win my pro card. Let's see if we can do it this time.
The training has you, yeah?
Boy, dog, I don't have a meds. Like, I don't eat yet. I hungry and I have to lose weight, so I can't eat until I go in my bag and eat a food. All I have is cucumber and chicken.
Yeah, Sinusha, this is how serious this guy takes his work, right? It's continuous, non-stop training over and over, long days, long nights.
The thing about bodybuilding is that if you feel like it's only in the gym, you will never go anywhere far. It's quite literally a lifestyle, especially when you're in prep. In fact, it's not even when you're in prep, it's throughout. If you want to be good from year to year, from show to show, you have to be on point nearly every moment of the day. Your sleep, your eating, your training, your recovery, your learning, because you have to learn to get better. Maybe you need a coach. Maybe you need to hire a coach. Do research. Get a good coach like my coach Declan McMillan from Australia. Shameless plug for my boy. Yeah, if you lack in any aspect, you might just not do that well, and you can only blame yourself.
Exactly. And of course, how can people now, because I'm encouraging each and every one of you to follow Sherkym's journey, how can we follow you and follow your journey? Yeah, put you on the spot.
Ah, boy. Yeah, okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at Ultra Isaac, ULTRAA Isaac. No underscore, no dots, nothing. That would be do it. And that's basically, TikTok as well. And I want to do YouTube, but I'm busy, so I'm not doing that yet. Yeah.
Soon. I'll pressure him to do it.
Yeah, you just pressure me to do a lot of things, Jaden. Yeah.
My brother, of course, congrats once again on everything so far.
Respect, bro.
Wishing you all the best for the future as well.
Sorry, my energy lacking. I'm tired.
That's okay. It's understandable.
Yeah.
It's understandable. You know what they say, all amazing, beautiful things must come to an end, including this week, because tomorrow is a holiday. Oh my goodness, guys. Of course, please be safe over the weekend. If you're going to be out driving, if you're going to be out having fun, please don't drink and drive. Drink some water. Go see a friend. See your old family member. Just take care of yourselves, okay? And come right back here, same place, same time, Monday morning, of course, with DBS this morning. It's your boy Vision, and I'm out. Big up yourselves.